Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ryan Ride Mechanic channel. How the heck are you doing today? Alright, today's video, gonna lose a lot of you here, but this actually applies to me for local news around the Omaha, Nebraska area. So this is gonna be a weird update for some people. If you want to watch, go ahead. It is amusement ride news. Let's dive into this.
Now get ready. Here we go.
Alright, if you've seen any of my other videos on local trip reports from the area, you know that Vala's Pumpkin Patch I go to all the time when it opens up in late September, October, and I go there and for rides, entertainment, all the other stuff. And I've been poking at them for a little bit because they opened up a Zamperla family coaster at Vala's Pumpkin Patch. And I was saying, well, you know what? Because there's really no roller coasters in Nebraska. There's really nothing out here. So I was joking about it. I said, well, joking and serious, I'm like, that is Nebraska's longest, tallest, fastest, brownest roller coaster around. So I was like, yeah, a Zamperla family roller coaster holds all those titles. Now, amusement devices in general, step back a little bit and say the tallest amusement device actually goes to the Ferris wheel inside of the Shields department store out here in Omaha. So that's the tallest thing in the area. It's kind of funny when a Ferris wheel is the tallest amusement device around. But then I had someone contact me on Instagram, local subscriber. This subscriber is both on X and Instagram. It's Ryan Snyder, also going by pyromonkeyuno. I'm like, oh, this guy sounds like fun to have around the 4th of July time. Contacted me on Instagram and said, hey, have you heard about this new roller coaster coming to the Funplex? And I'm like, new roller coaster coming to Funplex? I'm like, it's March. Funplex opens up in a couple months. Like, no, I haven't heard about that. What is it? Did they buy a wacky worm or something? What are we classifying as a new roller coaster now? And he said, oh no, it's not. It's actually a mammoth of a roller coaster. Ha ha, because the roller coaster's name is going to be called Mammoth, and it's big. So he sent me some information, and I was looking at this. I'm like, wow. So I went right to their website first, and I looked at the Funplex website. Funplex is about 25 minutes away from me. It's located. It's here. It's right on the edge of Omaha, Nebraska. Everything is really close. They're slightly different towns and areas, but it's Omaha, Nebraska. And the Funplex is mainly there with lots of water slides, but they also have go-karts, and they have a small little tiny roller coaster. It's like, I believe it is just a wacky worm. And then they got a couple of things like tilt-a-whirl and some small traveling type rides like that, which is kind of common for areas out here. So I looked at their website. It's like, oh, Mammoth is coming, and I'm like, what is this? The first picture I looked at, I'm like, wow, that is a legitimate looking roller coaster. Like, that is big, and it looks big. And then I started reading the description, and get this, here's rising 70 feet in the air and stretching across 2,000 feet of track. Mammoth brings speed, smooth curves, and stomach-dropping dips that will have your whole crew lining up for another lap. And I was like, wow, 70 feet tall. So, all right, 70 feet tall, 2,000 feet of track. The cars, or the train, is a 24-seater train. So it's a pretty good-sized train as well. So I was like, wow, okay. So when this is completed, they're going to officially knock off Vala's for the longest, because it's longer, fastest. This thing can get up to 44 miles per hour, and tallest at 70 feet. That beats not only the family coaster at Vala's for the highest coaster in Nebraska, But because it's higher than the Ferris wheel in Shields, it's now the tallest amusement device in Nebraska too. So it's just like, oh man, this is shattering all the local records. I can't wait to see it. So pyromonkeyuno asked me, said, how long do you think it will take to set up? So I was looking at it. The construction is a base frame constructed roller coaster. And by that, that's kind of common for roller coasters that don't require a full foundation to be set up. So a normal roller coaster, you put big cement piers into the ground, and that's the footer. And then you put the pylons on top of that, which hold the track on top of that. Permanent installation. But on a lot of cheaper roller coasters, and I say cheaper, I'm not knocking the roller coaster, I'm not knocking the Funplex purchase or anything like that. On a lot of cheaper roller coasters, they build a base frame that sits on the concrete. And the amazing part about a base frame is that the weight of the ride pretty much keeps it centered and standing up. So it doesn't really have to have a lot of side forces or anything else, because these rides typically don't. You don't have extreme G-forces to one side or the other. So you're able to go mainly a lot of traveling rides and set the base frame up, and then that will take all the stress of the ride into that singular thing. I mean, the Gerschlauer spinning coaster that we had put in was also a base frame ride. It was a full-size roller coaster, but it was a base frame style ride. It had a giant I-beam base frame at the bottom of it that everything connected to. It actually wasn't attached to the ground at all. It's just some of those things that smaller, portable style rides do. But it's a great thing because the park doesn't have to invest a ton of extra money into a lot of foundation work in the area. They just literally set it on top. I believe you can anchor them if you want to. There's procedures and stuff to anchor those base frames down to the ground, but they're actually not needed to be anchored. The biggest thing is just making sure it's level in all the areas, maybe pouring a grout pack or two underneath there if you really want to make it look nice, and then just letting the thing sit there. It really doesn't need much at all. So pyromonkeyuno also pointed out that there is a interesting little quirk connection between another park at the edge of the US. So I'm going to read this because it's kind of interesting. It's not... Check this out. Okay, so I'll preface this before I start reading it. There used to be an amusement park close to the Omaha area that was called Peony Park. It had a couple of rides and stuff in it, but it's closed down since then. It hasn't been around for a while. So Omaha's Peony Park steel roller coaster Galaxy Orbit relocated to Maine's Place Playland in 1994. Peony Park closed. Okay, so they had a roller coaster here in Omaha. It was relocated to Maine. Palace Playland replaced that coaster with Sea Viper in 2018. In 2026, Funplex is building / opening the same model coaster as Sea Viper called Mammoth. Maine and Nebraska connected via biggest roller coaster in the state history. I thought that was funny. I was like, okay, all right. So he dug into it and found out that there's this other ride out there called Sea Viper. I went to check out the Sea Viper, and basically it is the exact same ride, pretty much, exactly what it looks like. It opened up in June of 2018. This manufacturer of this, it's an Italian-based manufacturer. I'm going to murder this name. I apologize in advance. It's Preston and Barbary. So Preston and Barbary, I'm just going to say that, is the one who is building this particular ride. And I've got some video for it as well. So this will be interesting. Let's look at that. Okay, so on YouTube, I found this, when I need POV stuff, a lot of times I'll search non-copyright stuff, so people have purposely posted this video, so they're not looking for anything extra except for mention of the channel name, which is Front Seat POVs. pyromonkeyuno shared a link that has it's basically a playlist with a bunch of POV videos for this, but for rebroadcasting it, I'm going to use this from front seat POV so we can watch this.
Go on Sea Viper. Will this be smooth or a janky mess?
I think that's what a lot of people are going to ask. Is it going to be smooth? The track looks smooth.
It's amazing on the water, though. I can't wait for the view at the top. Also, shout out to the park for letting us film on everything as well. Hey, nice. This thing's actually like really tall.
70 feet.
Oh, beautiful. Wow.
This looks nice.
All right, here we go. Oh, it's smooth.
It's got some laterals in it.
Whoa!
Yep.
What's it doing?
That looks fun.
Woo! Oh, wow. Wow, we're profiling. Whoa!
Nice tight little helix there towards the end, it looks like.
That's actually really fun. I'm really curious. Yeah, I'm curious to do it in the back because everyone does say that packs in a lot of laterals. It was smooth. The profiling wasn't the best, but it was a smooth coaster.
Okay. All right, so as you can see, it's a nice looking roller coaster, and I was really surprised to get that message from pyromonkeyuno saying like we're getting a roller coaster local. Again, how long do you think this is going to take to set up? Because obviously we're just starting March right now, and it's supposed to be open, I believe it was May, I think was the time frame that it was supposed to open up. Now, because it's a base frame style ride, which means it's not going to need a lot of groundwork, the park will have to do some work for it, like if they wanted to pour a cement pad or extra asphalt or something. I hope they would do cement. But they're starting that grading work now, and they're starting to level off the area, just get the ground ready for it, essentially. Because a lot of companies, a lot of people that put structures up like that, even though it doesn't need a dedicated footer, it still has to have a foundation that will have a punch load able to support the weight of the structure on top of it. So you couldn't just like say, oh, we're going to put just a concrete paver down and call it done. Now, traveling rides that are only erected for a week or so, 2 weeks for a fair, they can get away with that because the amount that it would push those pavers down into the ground, or they're going to move the structure anyway. But that time that ride is operating, it's settling. So for a more permanent installation, you want to have a base concrete platform or whatever it might be that's going to support the full weight of that ride for not only just while it runs this season, but for the next season and next season, because I don't foresee the park taking a ride like that down, although they could if they wanted to. They could take it down during the off season because we get snow and pretty strong winds, but I think they would just leave that up the entire time and basically never take it down again. But as far as putting it up, once the groundwork is done and you have electrical popped up next to the thing, then it's really easy. Actually, it's only going to take them about 4 to 5 days to install the entire roller coaster, and because it comes in, it's already going to be pre-commissioned. Basically, the engineering's done, the programming is done, like everything is done. It's a turnkey package. So they literally put the frame together, they put the train on there, wire it up, do a couple checks and make sure everything looks like it's working properly, and then they'll just start cycling it. And they'll start running the thing and start testing. For local state governance, they're going to want to see testing completed, training, the normal type of stuff before you open up some sort of major amusement ride device. Although Nebraska doesn't have a lot of it, but there is a governance in place for when things open up like that. So I just thought this was really cool. It was a local thing. It's like I never have local news. I'm actually wondering if I want to go to the job site every once in a while and do updates of it, because I never get a chance to do stuff like that. I always see updates coming from people out in Florida and all those places where you have major parks, but I'm sitting out here in Omaha like, Well, I can't really do anything out here because no one's doing work like that. So I might have a sliver of a window to do some updates and stuff like that. You never know. I thought it would be fun to do a local update video, a local video on something that is coming to an amusement park near me. So if you're in the Omaha, Iowa, in this area, if you're within an hour or so of Omaha, it's like, hey, guess what? We're getting a roller coaster. That's going to be pretty cool. It's not a huge one, but it's still something. It's better than nothing at all. All right. For all my local people, thanks for staying with me. If you decided to watch the video, you're not local, thank you very much. I do appreciate it. Like and subscribe for more. Do all that stuff. I'm around. I normally do videos on how rides work, but this one's more of just a news video, so I enjoyed it. All right, links to Funplex's website are going to be down in the description, along with some other stuff. Pyromonkeyuno, thank you very much for giving me the information for this so I could make the video and have a little bit of background. It's interesting between the Maine and Nebraska. They're like, that is weird. The two are connected there. All right, stay off the air gates. Bye.